the baby boomers and older workers, each bringing unique experience and perspective to the workplace. This diversity of though adds value by bringing a broader range of solutions to problems. Understanding that gender is not fixed and can be expressed on a spectrum is the key of modern diversity management. Global organization is a company or entity that operates across multiple countries and regions within its business activity. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Vidhyaashram from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students for the Unit 2. Here in Unit 2, we're going to learn about exploring differences. What exactly are the differences in the organization? What is cultural management? What is cross-cultural management? We will all explore in this unit. So here the first one is the scope of diversity management. What are the scope of diversity management? In the first unit, I have told you about the diversity management. I have also told about what exactly management and the diversity are classified into. Now this here diversity management refers to the strategies, practices, policies which is implemented by organization to provide diversity and inclusion in the workplace. So the scope of diversity management is wide ranging and touches various aspects of an organization, that is from recruitment and talent management to cultural building and community outreach. So that is where the scope will go with. The next here I have given you, that is, this is the 10 marks question. Please do understand we have 10 points here. So in this diversity management, what are the real things which is involved? The first thing is the biological and physical diversity, where that person is born, what exactly they are doing, all that will count in the organization. So the first one here is the race and ethnicity, where they are born. Refers to individuals' physical appearance, ancestral origin, or the cultural background that defines their identity. This dimension is highly visible and significant in diversity management. See, whenever you see anybody, you can identify that where exactly they are born and brought up. Born is fine, brought up is now a problem because somebody is born in Kenya but they are living in USA. But still you can identify them that whether they are Africans, they are mulattoes, or the Americans, or they are from any other place. The reason here is cultural management will go with the diversification where the ethnicity and the race will be counted. Age, that is age diversity includes people from different generational group. That is, say I'm from millennial, that is anybody who is born in 90s, right? They are millennials, right? The next one, anybody is born after 2000, what they are called as the generation, we call that as Gen Zs, or Generation X, Generation Z. So we have a lot of other generations also, such as millennials, Generation X, the baby boomers and older workers, each bringing unique experience and perspective to the workplace. Sexual orientation and gender. Now that plays a very important role, that is the gender identity. Now here, while biologically sex is traditionally recognized, that is modern diversity framework includes people who identify as LGBTQ+. That is here when you go with it, they identify themselves in a different way, right? So recognizing gender fluidity and sexual preferences diversity, that is also one of the part. Disabilities now refers to physical or mental impairments that affects one's affective, that is the activities or daily life. This could range from mobility challenges to neurodivergence like autism. Health condition, what will happen? Chronic health issues such as diabetes or heart condition can also form an important dimensions of biological diversity. So it's a very, very important one. Social and cultural diversity. Here, cultural background, that is cultural diversity encompasses values, languages, customs, tradition and practices that includes national culture such as Indian, American, African and others, and subcultural such as those based on the regional or religion background, that is social and cultural diversity. Now here socio-economic status also refers to that. Religion and belief is also depends on the diversity. Next is cognitive. Now here please do understand the word here cognitive and personality diversity, that is these dimension refers to the mental and emotional differences between people that shape how they approach task, problem solving and decision making. Say cognitive style, if you go with it, people think, process information and learn in different ways. Some of more analytical and detail oriented, while others may be more big picture and creativity. This diversity of though adds value by bringing a broader range of solutions to problems. So that is where we need to understand. Personality will differ. That is, see, personality difference such as those between introverts and extroverts. See, we also have omnivore, that is whenever they feel like they become introvert, whenever they feel like they become extrovert also. There are peculiar people like that. Also contribute to the diversity within a team. Some people thrive in collaborative social setting while other perform better in solitary, that is focused environment. So decision making also depends on that. That is decision making style. People make decision based on a variety of factors. Some might rely on logical analysis while others might base the decision on intuition or emotional intelligence. Say the way you have artificial intelligence, you also have something called the emotional intelligence or intuition. Sometimes you feel like, okay, if I do it, I might succeed. So these are the intuitional things. Next is educational and professional diversity. So here what happens is, this dimension relates to the educational background, skills, set of work experience that people bring to the workplace or community. So the first one is educational level, second is professional background. So people come from various educational background, from formal degree, that is a bachelor, master, PhD, to occasional training, self-education and on-the-job learning. So there are a lot of difference, isn't it? Say a person who has done BCom and then MCom and then PhD has a different perspective than a person who has gone and worked in on-the-job training needs. So there is a difference. He might not have the practical reality when it comes to the BCom, that is bachelor, master and PhD, but they have theoretical more. But a person on the job learning, he has practical exposure more but not theoretical. So there is a slight difference there. Professional backgrounds, if you go with it, a range, if you go with it, the range of industries, sectors and the job roles employees have worked and contribute to the diversity of skills and knowledge within an organization. For example, someone with a background in the engineering may approach problems differently than someone within a background in humanities or artificial intelligence. So there will be a difference, definitely. Next is geographic and geopolitical. See, geographic and geopolitical diversity, if you go with it, say we have here the north, east, south and the west, right? That is what the news is, NEWS news. People from different part of the world, such as urban versus rural area or region with distinct cultural practice, may approach task, communication and problem solving differently. So the way people from north, they see things, and the person from the east or the northeast, if you go with it, is the in between northeast, they think about it. That is a lot of difference. Now we are actually here, right? The southwestern or the east south. Nationality, that is that influence cultural form, language, legal system, business etiquette and working style. People from different countries may bring their national experience into the workplace, creating a more global perspective. See, when we go with it, ours is globalization, right? We are in the 21st century, where globalization is there. Many people from many places, they come to India and they try to improve. That's a way we go with technical know-how. We get to know things, right? So was a company called Docomo, right? And that Docomo, it's a Japanese company. They came to India and they had a joint venture, and that is a JV, where Tata Docomo became a hit. The reason is they were the first people to give 3G to India. So how did that 3G came to India? Is Docomo brought this technical know-how and they got the JV with Tata. So the Japanese are the people who taught us how the 3G will work, and that was a mega hit in 2009. So that's how it is. Next is gender and gender identity diversity. So here when we go with it, the gender fluidity, gender roles and the expectations, they come under the major role. That is understanding that gender is not fixed and can be expressed on a spectrum is the key of modern diversity management. These can be based on culture, geography and social context. Traditionally, gender roles, that is women has caregiver or men as breadwinners, may be challenged or expanded to create more inclusive and balanced environment. See, always we say that the men is the breadwinner of a family. It's not like that now. The 21st century is changed. Now it is not just the men, it is also the women who can be a breadwinner. Now it is not just the women who will be the caregiver. It can be the men also, can be the caregiver. So it depends on how you people think and how the perspective goes with. Communication and language diversity. So the first one is the language and the next one is communication style, the way they talk, the way they communicate with each other. That also has the diversity. Next is work styles and approaches. Say task oriented, pace and flexibility, how they are into it. That is also a diversification. Say example here, when we go with task orientation, some people prefer to focus on individual tasks, while others prefer team collaboration. The same way if you go with it. Some employees strive to fast-paced, high-pressure environment, while others may prefer a more methodical or deliberate pace. So that is, it depends on people to people. Family, if you go with it, right? There are few people who go with family and personal, that is the life diversity. Say family structure. So employees may have different family dynamics, including single parent, caregiver, or those with dependent family members, which may require flexibility in work hours or locations. Work-life balance, employees may have varying need for work-life balance based on their personal responsibilities, that is health or hobbies impacting their work schedule and productivity. That is also there. And the last one here is political and ideological diversity. Now when we go with it, political views, employees may have contrasting political ideology or stances which can affect the way they view corporate policies on social responsibility, environmental impact, and even workplace behavior. The next one is values and beliefs. Diverse values such as the importance of individualism versus community can impact how employees engage with colleagues and approach tasks. So that is where it leads with. Next is scope of diversity. What exactly? First, recruitment and hiring, training and development, policy development, leadership and representation. We call it as an ERG also, that is employee resource group, communication and awareness, conflict resolution, performance management, creating an inclusive culture, and the last is supplier diversity. This might come for 10 marks. Please be aware of it. Scope of diversity management. It can also be there, that is challenges also we'll have. Resistance to change. There are so many people who are like resistant. They don't want to change at all. unconscious bias, lack of buy-in from the leadership. You don't want to take whatever the leader says. Ineffective communication, tokenism, overlooking intersectionality, lack of measurable outcome, cultural differences, resource constraint, and overcoming bias in the performance reviews. They are the challenges. And now the last one here, if you go, is the issues in diversity. What are the issues of diversity? What will happen? See, first is discrimination and bias will be there. Inconsistent implementation will be there. Inequitable career advantage. Cultural misunderstanding, that is a major issue. That is cultural misunderstanding. Lack of accountability. You will not be able to show what exactly the accountable is. Stereotyping, that is stereotypical, what it was before, it should be the same. That is what it is. Resistance from majority groups. Balancing diversity and meritocracy. Fear of tokenism. See, here I have told you exactly, right? Tokenism is the challenges. The same way, fear of tokenism will also be the issues. Legal and ethical constraints. So these are the concerns if you go with it. These are the issues of it. Global organizations and global diversity. So what happens here? See, whenever we talk anything about multinational company, there are more than 2 countries, right, involved in multinational companies, right? So that means what? You have people from different places, different race, different gender. There are a lot of things which we are supposed to understand. So as business and operation expand across borders, the concept of global organization and the global diversity becomes increasingly relevant. Understanding the dynamic of diversity on a global scale is crucial for organizations aiming to operate effectively in different countries and cultures. So it is very, very important. So what is this global organization? A global organization is a company or entity that operates across multiple countries and regions within its business activity, workforce, and market strategies spanning different continents. These organizations manage a network of subsidiaries, branches, or office located in diverse part of the world. That is, I told, right? More than one country it is involved. So what are the characteristics? The first is international reach, multicultural workforce, global strategies. Centralized versus decentralized. Say centralized, if you go with it, there's only one person who will control everything. Decentralized, there are too many people who are there to control. Cross-border operations, that is global organization, manage various operations such as manufacturing, marketing, supply chain, and customer service across different regions. Say example, California, they are the people who actually goes with the Apple product. But where do they go with manufacturing? Different country. Assembling, different country. Supply chain management, different country. So that is how they reach. So there is a problem. What is the problem? That is cross-border operations. Next, key elements. What are the key elements? Cultural diversity is a key element. Ethnic and racial diversity is a key element, right? Next one is the same way, gender, if you go with it. Gender and gender identity is a key element. Religious diversity is a key element. Next, generational diversity and disability diversity is also a key element. Say, what exactly is the disability diversity? That is, in a global context, organization must sensitive to the needs of people with physical and cognitive disabilities, which may vary in terms of awareness, resources, and accessibility depending on the country. So that is what you are supposed to understand. Next, the same way, if you go with it, that is the importance. First is what? Increased innovation and creativity. Yes, definitely you will have a lot of innovations. Better decision making, enhance customer insight and market understanding, because you will know what those people need. Competitive advantage and improved employee engagement and retention will happen. Say, what are the challenges? Challenges, if we go with it, in the managing global diversity, say these are the few. One is communication for sure, cultural misunderstandings, legal and regularity issue, bias and stereotyping, and difficulty in maintaining an inclusive culture. Because see, you are working somewhere else, it is very difficult for you people, right? So any questions or the queries you have in this chapter, please do call us. We are always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you. Thank you.